Welcome to a new video. So everything that I went down and picked up in Florida, I got put away, and everything that I need to keep out, I have kept out. One thing I needed to get was my heater, so I got that, and I'm going to step through it and install it, and hopefully have heat tonight because it was 40 degrees last night, and that's a little chilly for me. So I kind of like it in the 70s. So this has been a challenge, but so I'll walk through it and show you what I got, and hopefully we'll get it installed and get some heat. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'll show you how it came packaged. It was in a big box. They had two boxes, or had this styrofoam and a box. So I already took the plastic off of it. This is basically the heater itself. This is the heater unit. I believe it goes this way, and this is the intake and the exhaust. It goes through the bottom of my in my floor and gets clean air from underneath the van. I'll get it away from the exhaust, and then the exhaust I'm just going to pour it out like into the middle and let it go out. This I'm not sure exactly. I'll have to read it, but one of these ends is the intake, or sends out the heat. So anyway, it hooks up to 12 volt, and that's no problem. Like 12 volts right over there. So that's the heater unit itself. This is the fuel pump, and they're very specific. Every video I've watched has said that you have to mount it at a 45-degree angle, and that it clicks. So it clicks when it's pumping fuel. So I think I can live with that as long as I have heat. And here's a remote and a key fob. So actually this is the monitor and a key fob for the remote. So that's pretty cool. The thing that I didn't like was when I picked up the big box, it rattled, and that's all. Okay, so we got, our vent tube, exhaust tube, exhaust pipe, or muffler, but all the screws and bolts and clamps are just thrown in the bottom. So I don't know if that's what we got. Shipped to somebody and they did that, or if that's just how they package their stuff. Because the other thing, so this is the fuel tank. It uses diesel, and I plan on mounting it here so I can just open this door and put diesel in it at a gas station. But all these fasteners were just rattling around inside of it. So I don't know. I think all the bolts and everything in here were a mistake, that they're just rattling. But just a heads up, no big deal. Doesn't keep me from installing it. Lack of knowledge keeps me from doing that. So let me get this all together, and I'll read some directions. And what I plan on doing is I'm going to have it mounted right here under my bed. So what I plan on doing is I'm going to have it mounted right here, and the hose will go, this will be mounted as well back there, and the hose will go through the bottom there and send the heat out to the front of the box truck. So that's what I'm doing. Let me get my stuff together and all the tools out, and I'll get going on this. Okay, so what I did was I pieced a bunch of stuff together. This is my exhaust that goes down through my truck bed, through the floor, I mean. And the ends were all bent up, but I had to really force it on to get it on there. So that'll be a good fit, hopefully. But let's see. I kind of put stuff together. This is it's going to go like this, and it'll go through. That'll be where the heat comes out, I believe. And speaking of that, how everything works, the instructions are really kind of confusing. They don't cover everything. Like this part, I have no idea what it is. It has foam inside of it, so I just really don't know, and it's not called out anywhere. So I guess I'll figure it out. And if it can't be an exhaust because it's plastic, so I don't know. I'll figure it out. But a couple of things that Lanaya and Aquila, I believe, is the name of the channel that I watched. She was a solo van person, and I think I've mentioned her before. I was going to do my cabinets the same way, but I got a lot of ideas from her. And her installation video of hers, she had a lot of hiccups and recovered from them, so that was really kind of cool. It kind of reminded me of me. But anyway, one of the things that she talked about was people complained that the quality of the fuel hose that she got wasn't very good, and hers was green and squishy, and she heated it to get it on. But as you can see, there's no way, there's just no way that that's going to go in there. So I don't care how hot I got it. So I'm going to go get some more of that. But this piece right here, this came in, and that fits really well, but it doesn't call it out anywhere in the video, in the instructions. So it's kind of like with this piece, but this works. So this is what I'm going to get. Couple of it. Now I know it was cheap, so you know I'm just grateful that so far it looks like all the parts are here, and so that, you know, it really, I don't know. We'll have to see. What I'm going to do over here is I want this to sit out a little bit, and it has to sit up because this fuel filter comes underneath it, and then it goes out into my fuel pump. So what I'm going to do is raise it up with some 2x4s, and that way I can just open it up here and fuel it up. So I think that'll be good. If I do that, though, I might have to raise my heater a little bit, so we'll figure that all out when I get to it. So, okay, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Brom. He's the owner of the North Lowndes hardware store. Where I'm at, I'm in southern Georgia, and super nice guy. Everybody I've met so far in Georgia has been super friendly. But I went in with this and a couple of parts, and he told me all about different types of diesel that I can get, whether if it's cold or if it's not cold, the area. Very knowledgeable, and so he knew what I needed as far as the fuel line goes, but he didn't have it in stock. So he even reached out to Napa down the street, and I was able to go down and get this. So super cool guy, really like him. He said he was going to subscribe, so thumbs up if you do. Just wanted to give that a shout out. So if you're ever in southern Georgia and you need some hardware, just go to the North Lowndes hardware store and see Brom. One of the first things you have to do is decide where you're going to mount your fuel tank for the diesel heater. So mine's going to be right here, and the reason it's important to know is because this little piece here has to go down through and pop out like that. The video I watched, she used a coat hanger, so I'm going to have to see what I can do. Maybe put some wire around it and feed it through. I don't know. But anyway, so you need to know where your hole's going to go, and then go ahead and drill the hole. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm using a 1/4-inch drill bit. I think I'll go smaller to start with, just to be safe. Always nice to have a pilot hole. So it's going to go like that. I want this in the rear. Okay. Let's see, where did I put that part right there? So I'm going to make sure it goes through fairly easy on this side, and it doesn't. So what Lanaya did was she kind of bored hers out a little bit, so I'm going to do the same until okay, tuck myself into it. Heck, that might be big enough. There we go. Okay. That fit in there pretty good. Let's hope. Open it up a little bit. Okay. Now this will be the challenging part, so let me see if I can find some wire and try to run that through there. Okay, so I found some wire. And what I'm going to do is feed it through this end. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I don't know if you can see this, I'm going to shove this wire happened to be just exact right thickness. I'm going to shove that through there. And tie a knot in it, kind of like that. And then I got to get it back out. So, we'll see. Okay, so. We'll get some pliers. I got it right through, so that was cool. Get some pliers. Just pull it the rest of the way through. I don't think I can see. I don't think that's all the way through. Must be pretty thick. Huh. I guess that's right. So I'm going to go ahead and put the other O-ring on it. I found out, or I noticed, on all the bags that they had been sliced open. That's why everything was out on the, just laying around. And so that would tell me that somebody probably had it before me. Well, that creates a problem. There aren't enough threads. The challenges. So let's put that on there. See if we can even get this to tighten a little bit, and then just get it to grab that tooth thread or two. Doesn't look like it. Oh, I did. I got it. Oh yeah. Nope, it popped off. Not enough threads. Well, can't move the hole. So I got to make it work. This has been a pain already, and I just got started. Jeez. What the heck? Come on. Okay. Get my trusty friend out. Let's try this a different way. Seems like every little bit that I can get helps. So if I can thin that down just a little bit. Threads there. Oh well. I think I got it. Nope. I think it's just that I get like one thread or a half a thread. Nope. Come on. Is it? Oh, I got it. Awesome. Ooh. Okay. You don't want to go too tight because you'll crush the O-ring. So there, I got that on there. That was really the part I was worried about. So I would have to say that if anybody's going to get one of these and do this, that I would move it over to the side a little bit because of this, the joint where I guess it was injection molded or whatever. So there's a crease, and that didn't give me enough room. Come on. Bend it. Let's see if I can bend it. Good to go at an angle. gasket. Ah, yes. All right. Okay, so I'm glad that's on there. So now what I need to do is figure out where I'm going to mount this. So I think I'm going to mount it right there, and I'll cut the 2x4s and get them mounted. Okay, so I got my wood cut, and I went ahead and put this together. This is the piece of fuel line that they sent with it. It's just, this part's for good, but so I went ahead, these little clamps, people have said that they're no good, but that's all I'm using. So I'm tired of spending money on it. So I got these hooked up. This is the way that the filter's gonna work coming down. And then the reason I did this, went ahead and did it, was because I needed to know where this had to go so I could put it on the wall. And that was it. So let me go ahead and put the wood on and get this mounted. Looks like some of these were used. Good. Okay, so for some reason this back pops out like that, and these aren't long enough with that washer on there. So evidently I either don't know what they intended, or they're wrong. So I have these bolts that are identical, except for they're longer, and same width, I mean same thickness and everything. And they came with my solar panels, and I didn't use them. Because I used the bolts that I bought. So looks like this is going to work. Famous last words. All right. Okay, pretty happy with that. And all I have to do is open my back doors when I get to a gas station and fill it up. And then I can watch it while I do it so it doesn't overflow. So that's cool. All right. Okay, so here we go. What I'm gonna do I'm gonna mount a couple of blocks down here, and what that'll do is it'll give me room to run my fuel line underneath it. So I think that'll be cool. Screw those in. All right, so what I did, I figured out what this is. It's the air filter. Okay, so on the bottom of the heater is where the fuel line comes out. So I wanted to give it a little bit of space here. So I went ahead and I drilled 2 pilot holes to make sure that my holes were going to line up. And it looks like everything's good. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is get my hole saw and drill through it. So what I want to do is get big enough so that the biggest hose will just barely slide through it. That way I don't have to seal so much. And I'll probably have to cut through the bottom and through the top, because I don't think this will go all the way through my floor. Okay, here goes. Okay, ow, wow, that's hot. Now, so this is the fuel pump right here, and this is the fuel filter, and these clamps came with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook this hose up underneath here, and put the clamp on. Ooh. Okay, now this has to go at a 45-degree angle, so I really have some room to play with, but I think I'll go right there. Okay, I don't see that they gave me a really good screw for that, so I'll use one of these that was supposed to go in there. What I really like to do is put it here, because that's where a stud's at, or back here, but that's not going to work at the moment. So there we go. That's in. And then this hose here, this will come around this way, and we'll put it right in there. So we'll go ahead and clamp this in. right. That's going to go in through there. That'll go into the heater itself. This is going to go on here, but first I have to bolt this on, this plate. I want to say again, Lanaya, and yeah, just Lanaya was her video was so helpful. I would have been so frustrated, just like she was, because this wasn't very straightforward at all. One thing she did say though that was straightforward about it was the wiring harness, and that's true because everything connects to the, I mean, there's different sizes for each connection, so you can't, you'd have to break it to do it wrong. So, which, Jay, don't put that past me. The exhaust, let me make sure I got this right. Okay, I think I have this right, according to the picture. I realized you guys couldn't see that. Huh. Not sure that's gonna work. Okay, this, I don't know if you can see this, but this clamp is out as far as it'll go, and I'm just really not getting it on there very well. That's frustrations that a lot of people have with when you want cheap heat. So and you don't want a Wabasso or something like that because they're way too expensive. Okay, I did get it on. So let's see if I can tighten it. Alright, well, that's pretty tight, actually. Surprised myself. Okay, so that one's a little easier. Okay, now according to the manual, the exhaust going out underneath the truck is the outlet or the port, the tube that goes with the air outlet. So just kind of remember, this is the air intake and this is the air intake. They both go on the same end. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so I'm going to. I really don't want to use all that. I can get this in. Tight quarters. Alright, there's that. There's that. And I see a mistake right off. There we go. Okay. So I want to be able to keep the I'm not going to be able to do that. Okay. What I'm doing is I'm trying to keep the fuel line away from the exhaust because it's going to get hot. But I don't want to crimp it. Yeah, there we go. All right. Wow. That's almost like it's working. All right, and then I'll screw that in. Okay. I believe that's it. So, now what I need to do. This is the wiring harness that came with it. And so what I decided I would do is run this up under my bed instead of under the floor. That way I'm sure that it's going to be safe. Now, Lanai had an issue with the wire length, so I think I might have that as well, and I'll just have to add some to it. No big deal. Oh yeah. That's what she's talking about. The negative wire is really short, so of course I need to, it came with a fuse, that's really nice, but I need to extend that because it needs to go to my fuse box that's over there. So okay, so this is the cable that goes to the remote, actually the actual panel itself, which is right there. I'm gonna put that over there by my table, mount all that over there. So that'll be that should be long enough as well by itself. So what I'm going to do now is put on the air filter and the muffler and mount everything else underneath and seal that up. Okay, so I've got the muffler on. It's pretty straightforward. Of course, the end was all bent up, so it was a little bit of a trick getting it in there, but not to worry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount it right here into the floor. Famous last word, did I? Okay, so I'm going to put one more in there. Just to make sure. And that's nice because there's a name for those, and they go right through steel. So that's really cool. So there's my exhaust. Now my air cleaner is right there, or my air intake. Sorry. So I need to Oh yeah. This is the other end. And then, ow! Oh man, stupid. Okay, ow, that hurt. So we'll put. That's going to go back like that. I'm going to use their clamps. Okay. Well, I think that's it. Now all I have to do is wire it and get some diesel. Okay, I've got everything wired, and what I'm doing right now is I'm priming the system, and what that does is gets rid of air bubbles and primes the pump. So that's the clicking noise that it'll make anytime that it's running to give me heat, and I don't care as long as I have heat. But it's actually working. So that's really cool. I'm really happy so far. So this will, let's see, it says fuel is now injected into the fuel line and into the combustion chamber. The fuel pump can be heard and the fuel pump icon can be seen on the controller screen. Now this is the controller screen. I don't think you can perceive that there a little bit. That little icon down at the bottom over there in the left hand corner, that is that's the manual fuel pump or priming. So what it's going to do, okay, so there, it must be full, and now I need to see if I can get it to run. Give me just a second. Okay, one thing I did want to say about this, if you're going to get one of these, is that this button up here in the corner, man, I wish it would, there we go. This button up here in the corner is the settings button, and the up arrow and down arrow is the increase and decrease. And in order to get it to that setting where it does the priming, so you'll press this button, the settings button over here, and then the down button, and once you do that and you get the little icon down at the bottom, hit the up button and it starts the clicking and starts filling the fuel filter. So I wanted to tell you that because that's very important. So there you go. Okay, so I think that I set the temperature, and of course you can see the little fan spinning and you can hear it. I have it set to, hang on a second, let me check. .91, so it's definitely not 91 out here. 93, so let me hit okay. Just got some little icon up there. It looks like a mountain. I'll have to check that out. Okay, so the fuel pump started. Let me climb back here. As you can see, there's the, oh sorry, the sun's really bright. You can see the little icon over here. It says the fuel pump's working. So I'm gonna climb in here and see if I have so this is my heater hose. So far it's just air. I haven't heard the flame kick on yet. So let me see something here. Okay, it looks like that's still filling up. And since I used the black hose, I don't know if I'll be able to see it running through there. I did get some diesel. That was from the friend of mine that lives here. Okay, the fan's blowing harder. Looks like that's pretty full and it's sucking it in. So we'll have to see if the I don't see anything on the screen yet. It's sure ramping up. And make sure it's not leaking. Nope. Well, the fuel pump stopped. I'm not getting any heat. And I didn't hear it come on like my water heater did, so I'll be back. Earlier I had mentioned that the hardware store had sent me to Napa, and so I went to Napa and got the hose and brought it back, and it was the wrong size. That was all on me. And so today, that was yesterday, today I took it back and told him, I said, you know, I'll keep this because I'll probably need it for something else, but I need the next size smaller. So the guy, his name is Mike, and he's the manager of the AADRiyah Napa store here in town, and super nice. He just gave it to me. So and it just really incredibly nice people around here. So if you, like I said, if you're in the South Georgia area and you need any hardware or anything from, you know, for automotive, just go to Napa or go to that hardware store. So that's all. I just wanted to thank him. And okay, well, that's it for this video. I hope you got something out of it. I did. I learned a lot about this, and mine pretty much went just like Lanaya's did, and ran into the same problems. Hers was a little bit different than mine, but basically, I mean, the screens were the same and the hookups were the same. So it's not as hard as I thought it was going to be. It went really well. So that's probably one of the first things. Now I need to jump on the shower and get it fixed. So once I have the shower done, I just need to paint, and I still need to do something with down here in the garage area, but it's not imperative before I get on the road. So hopefully in a few days I'll have this all wrapped up. So if you like the video, like, subscribe, and hit the bell, And I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks.